Wolf Farms. I'm Dawn, also known as Knittin' Wolf.
And I'm James, also known as Wolf Photo. This podcast is brought to you by Wolf Farms. You can find us on the web at www.wolffarms.net. Want to mention that we have a scent of the month. We're in September now, and so you get 25% off everything in our shop that is fragranced in the Apple Crisp fragrance. So you can swing on by, check that out. We're still doing our clearance items. We're eliminating some fragrances so that we can make room for some new ones. So wanted to point out some of the new ones that we're going to have in the shop starting as of when the podcast goes up. I can't talk today. Not only do we have new fragrances, but we also are with these two new fragrances are going to introduce new packaging as well. So we have our little eco-friendly recycled paper, like an egg carton packaging for our new soap. So the first one here is bergamot grapefruit, and we also have rosemary mint. So we have these two new packages, 2 new scents in the new packaging, and so perfect little gift box thing, add a little interest. But anyway, so I just wanted to let you know that those will be in the shop starting Monday when the podcast goes up. You can swing on by, check that out. Did I mention the clearance items as well already? So yeah, we got the clearance items. We have other sale items as well, so swing on by. I'm sure you'll find something you'll enjoy. But like our new little packages there. So
They look like little egg cartons.
yeah, they're well, we sell eggs, but we can't ship them, so you guys don't usually see that. But we have the recycled, the paper carton that we use for that as well. But yeah, these don't have any glues or dyes or anything like that. Kind of like our soaps. Our soaps are. Let me open one of these up and show you, because we really haven't talked much about that. So you open up your little carton, and so this is actually the rosemary mint. There's no dyes, no colorants, no additives. It's all food grade vegetable oils, and then the fragrance. So anyway, so that's great for someone who's concerned about additives and stuff like that. That's why we started allergies. That's why we started making soap in the first place, was because of Dawn's allergies and sensitivities to everything, pretty much. Yeah. She's got a list a mile long, and so.
Well, because I can't just go and buy organic or, when they say all natural, because, they tend to put in almond oil or shea.
Yeah, so.
Which are both nuts. If you got a nut allergy, you're going to.
Yeah, shea.
I can't even
almond,
touch packaging that's
soy. Yeah. There's a lot of things. So what we have in ours is basically olive oil, coconut.
And palm oil.
Palm kernel oil. So that's the 3 ingredients we have, and then the fragrance. So it makes for a clean, very lathery soap. And sorry for the extended sales pitch here, but you guys, that's what we do. Yeah, we're heading into holiday season, so we're trying to get ahead of Walmart there and their advertising. So anyway, so we got those couple new scents. We'll be bringing on a couple more probably in several weeks. We got a whole slew of new ones, more what I call crunchy scents for Dawn, because she likes the more natural stuff. So we're going to be coming out with some of those, and so these are the first 2 that we're adding, and the new ones will have that kind of packaging with the clamshell type containers. So check that out. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. A little different than what we've been doing, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it.
Well, we've been doing it for 7 years?
5 or 6 years.
Well, before we sold it was 8
yeah,
years,
we were doing. So. Yeah, we've been doing soap for a while. We've been actually talking about doing a website redesign as well. So that might be coming here in the short term. But a lot of stuff happening. Time to change it up a bit. But anyway, so check that out. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. We have other sale items as well, if I hadn't mentioned that. So. I want to welcome new and returning viewers. Thanks for joining us today. We got a couple items on the list of.
I was waiting for agenda.
for our podcast here. So our segments include
farm happenings in the coop, from the coop and roundup.
Yeah, so this might go a bit quick. So
Yeah.
So let's start off farm
Short and
happenings.
sweet.
Yeah, that's the way we like it.
So farm happenings.
All right, so mallards.
Mallards. Our mallards. We have 5 mallards. How do you want to word this? Had 5 mallards. Well, our females are separated from our males for reasons. And they attack the females. The males do. And so they're separated. Well, our one female mallard took off. When I went out, she was not there one morning. So, was it 2 days later? Like 2 days later, she came back.
No, well, she had flown away and we didn't see her at all that day.
Right.
Then in the morning time, the following day, you
Oh,
had
yeah, she was
heard
in the
her
honeysuckle bush.
in a different part of our yard. Kind of, we have a honeysuckle bush, a big old honeysuckle bush, and she was kind of down in there, completely kind of away from where she used to be. And then you went over there and she flew
took
off.
Yeah.
So the next day, and I'm getting ready for work, I hear that quack, quack, because she's got a distinctive, the female ducks, they make a very distinctive loud quack. So I'm like, I hear her out there. So I went out there and I'm like, okay, so she's back over by the honeysuckle bush. I'm dressed, shirt, tie, all that, and my work stuff, and I have no place to put her. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll make a note of it. She's back. She's coming over to the honeysuckle bush. And we'll just catch her later. So I mentioned to Dawn, and by the time Dawn had gotten out there to feed the animals in the morning, she was gone. So the next day, she shows up, but she shows up with a friend.
Yeah.
And so they were out there in the lake. Yeah. They actually came out in the lake, so that's where they were hanging out, because that was on Friday. Yeah, that would have been Friday.
Friday, yeah.
Yeah, so we'd walked out there, and she's used to us, so she doesn't get spooked. She just, quack, 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 quack. So she's walking around.
And she wanted back into her pen.
Yeah, she wanted to go back in and visit JJ, our other girl duck. You know how it is, having a duck meetup or whatever. Just sitting there quacking.
Chicks reunion.
Yeah, so she's wanting to go kind of back in, probably because that's what she's used to. And then, but the other wild mallard or whatever, she's like got skittish, and so she would fly. She'd kind of circle around and land back in the lake and fly, and then circle back around. And so this kind of went on, and we'll just leave her out there and see what she does. But we did get the mallard girl. We don't really have a name for her, do we?
No.
Yeah,
Call her
mallard
girl. They don't have any personality like our other ducks.
Yeah,
Mallards. They're just mallards.
Mallards are not good pet ducks.
No.
Let's put it that way, because they fly and they're ornery. So we let her in the area where the other mallard or the other duck is, our little call duck is, and so she went in there, and we were able to corral her and clip her wing again, because we got to do this about every 6 months, otherwise she can fly away. Thus, what happened here this last week. So we clipped her wing, and she kind of, she's now upset that she can't fly away, but she's back in her where she's, safe and sound and won't have issues out there. Because we're in the desert, there's not a lot of water, That's why she'd probably come back to visit with us. And but the other wild mallard had kind of hung out all day long in the lake, and we're like, oh, should we try and corral her or whatever, but real skittish. So I thought, well, maybe we'll wait at night. Maybe we can sneak up on her, or wait till the morning and try. But by the morning time, she was gone. So anyway, so needless to say, we got our mallard girl back, and so she's back in the coop. Well, meanwhile, when she had left, we have 4 or 5 mallard. We had 4 mallard boys, and we thought, well, the girl's gone. Let's go ahead and bring the boys out, and they can play in the lake with the other boy ducks. We have more boy ducks. We were really hoping for all girls, and we have 2 girls and 8 boys.
7.
Well, we're getting to that. And so we thought, well, we'll bring the mallards out and let them, play in the lake, and put the first one out. He goes whoosh and flies off.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't. We barely set him down, and he was
he's
gone. And
up
we're
and away. That was a super duck, He just whoosh.
It's like
So he was gone, no circling around, no coming back. You took the other 3 out, put them in the lake, and they hung out and stayed.
Well, this is before the girls got here.
Yeah, this was
we thought, well,
this was Thursday that you
they'll find her and bring her back, maybe, you know.
Well, this was on Thursday before the girl had shown back up. So you had kind of thought, well, okay, got the brilliant idea of letting the boys out, and whoosh, they fly. Personally, I'm okay with them flying away because they really are. They're not like our other ducks. We have what is it, Swedish
runner.
Well, no, Swedish something or other. Yeah, that's what the duck. He's a big old fat thing. He can't. There's no way he can get off the ground. And then we got a couple runners and a crested.
Yeah.
And so they all hang out. They don't fly. I think occasionally they try. I think our geese try and fly more than our ducks do, but they're all happy. They're happy hanging out here. So, but the mallards, they're not very friendly.
Well, I even had a hawk the other day swoop down and try to get one of our geese.
Yeah,
geese are big. They're what, 3 feet tall?
These are our protectors. They protect.
Yeah, they ducked under one of the trees just to get away from him. I mean, ballsy bird, man.
Ballsy bird. But so we have hawks too, and we have some smaller ones, and we got a couple big ones that they don't come around too often, but they will come around and hang around and wait for stuff. And
they're not scared. I mean, I can literally get within a foot, and they're just.
We don't have a hawk on the farm. You want to get a pet hawk? Clip his wing.
No.
Yeah, you can see the marks from the talons in the ground where he swooped down after the bird. So, needless to say, we won't be having a pet hawk here. But anyway, so we lost a boy. All of that.
Yeah,
the girl came back.
He hasn't come back.
I would have been happy with the trade-in program. Catch the new girl and let the boy go, and maybe we get some more duck eggs that way. But all things said and done, the girl came back, and so she's back and safe and sound. So there are other bird sanctuary type things, or the golf course out. We have a golf course not too far from here. You can see. So maybe you went over there to hang out in there,
But it's not even a pond. It's like a.
Well, it's no.
It's smaller than ours.
No,
so
that's pretty small.
Because Jimmy and I went night driving. This was his first night driving.
Hunting for ducks.
Yeah, I'm like, let's
duck
go.
Hunting, in a completely different sense.
We actually have that looks really bad, but a duck collar. And,
quack, 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 quack.
Yeah,
but so those are that's going to bring in the boys. It's not going to bring in the girls.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because the boys,
that's true.
You know how.
Bring all the boys in the yard.
I say there's a song going through my head, but I probably shouldn't sing it. I'd scare off all our viewership that way. So that was our duck drama, But needless to say, our mallard girl is back, and so.
And Jimmy and I did not find any ducks while we were
driving out by the golf
I
course.
can't see at night. I had the RK surgery 24 years ago. So at night I can't see. Everything's stars. Like when you squint at lights.
They decided to do this, right? Well, I'm out working on my car. So I'm working on my car, dirty and stuff. And Don goes, we're going to go night riding. And I'm thinking, Don can't see, and Jimmy's never been night riding. What's going to happen if...
Not
night rider, yeah.
Night rider.
Yeah, put one of those little red laser things bouncing back and forth on the front of the car. No, so Jimmy's never gone night driving, and Don can't see. I'm like, that is not a good mix. But I'm covered in, car grime, and it's not like I can just...
See, it was less stress because I couldn't see a thing that was going on.
But they weren't gone that long, but they had gone. Like I said, we can see the golf course and all the trees from our house. But I was assuming there because you were going to go to see if you could see ducks.
Well, because I thought it was just dusk. I mean, it did get dark when we were driving, but I thought, oh, it's just dusk. We could, that there wouldn't be golfers. There actually was at that time. What the heck?
They turned the lights on. Night golfing.
Never heard of such thing.
So that's why the ducks don't hang out there. You're gonna get hit in the head with a golf ball.
Yeah.
Hazardous hard hat area. Have your duck with a hard hat on it.
Wouldn't that be cute? I know Build-A-Bear has those little ones.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So Jimmy ventured off in night driving
Yeah.
with someone who can't see. And I what?
I was going to say, because we came up to this one thing, and I thought for sure it was a big bird. I'm like, oh my gosh, look at that big bird. And he goes, what? And it was just a fence pole.
Okay, right there tells you how good Don's night driving. A big bird or a fence pole. They're pretty distinct, separate objects there, but that's okay. That's why I drive at night. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. And anyway, I actually took Jimmy out driving too on Saturday, and he's used to the our area is basically drawn up by engineer because it looks like grid paper. It's mile sections, all straight roads. We have no interesting roads here, so. Jimmy's been, going around town practicing and stuff, but it's all straight roads, flat. This is flat desert.
Yeah.
I'm like, so I'm taking him out. I'm like, let's see, what can we do to give him something, a variety of something that he might not normally do? So I actually took him mountain road driving. So getting him used to windy roads and uphill and downhill, and he gets sick on these things, but. He said it was okay with him driving because he's at least in control, and so he kind of gets. He said he wasn't bad, but I did take him through the windy roads, the up and down stuff that he would normally do around here, just so that he has a sense of that. So, so he's chipping away at his hours. He's about halfway through, right?
He's more than halfway,
Yeah,
but
so
not on the night driving. He's still got a lot for that.
So, but yeah, so I'm going to do the night driving though. That way, if he gets into a bind and he thinks he's running into a bird and it's actually a fence pole, then we got an issue. So, he's so
Then it was
funny.
a huge semi coming at us, but we didn't know it was a semi because it looked like a carousel thing coming at us. I'm like, what is that? And he's like, I don't know, Mom.
Thus, I am going to be the one doing the night driving instructions.
Well, I've never seen so many lights on
Yeah.
a semi.
You never get off the farm.
I
That's
don't
why.
go at night either. This is why.
Yeah.
I see things. I see dead people.
Oh, wrong, completely wrong movie. So, anyway, so yeah, that was our driving adventures this weekend.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
James. Oh, that's in the Coop. I'm looking at the wrong segment there. And then something new, that we had this week. I work with a group of people that have a variety of backgrounds, and I work with a number of Vietnamese people. They always bring in interesting food, right? For years I've gotten to sample a variety of things. And they brought in something new that I hadn't tried before, and Don Instagrammed this, and so I guess there are some people out there that know what this is, but here, let me show it in the bowl. But they brought in some of these. Now these are they look like little hairy balls. But this fruit is called rambutan, and it's got a real furry texture on it and kind of a hard shell, and so they brought these in, and this is a fruit that's in like a lychee. I've brought those home before. That's more of a bald, smooth outer, but this is the same family, but this is a little hairy thing. But they're like, yeah, bring them home to Dawn so she can try it. So, but you just peel away the outer shell, and it's got a real white, fleshy inside skin. You just peel that open, pop it out, and that's the actual fruit on the inside. Now there's a seed inside. I'm not going to eat it here on the podcast, but there is a seed inside. But they're really good and tasty. These are real sweet.
Very sweet.
And kind of a tropical, exotic fruit for you. You don't find these at Walmart, but they shop down at the Asian markets and stuff where they're at, so they pick these up. And but they're very good. They're like I said, they're like the lychee. If you've ever had those, that's another tropical exotic fruit. But thought I would show this on the podcast. I know that there are some people out there that have these, but very tasty, very good. So if you have a chance and you see these, don't get scared. Yeah. They are quite tasty.
Well, it reminds me of when we were little. We were ornery when we were little. But there'd be this tree that had, we called them itchy bombs.
Yeah, and that's
what
funny. It's funny that you brought that up because one of the guys that works for me, he was telling me, he's the one that brought these in. And he said, when he came over from Vietnam, he was a young kid. He remembers eating these as a kid over there. Well, when he got here, the elm trees, I think it's an elm variety or...
I don't know which one it is.
We had one in the front of our house, and they have little spiky brown balls. You break them open, and it's like a dandelion almost. It's just like poof of seeds, And he saw one of those. He was telling me he tried eating one when he was a kid. Ooh. He only did that once, but he was saying that he thought it was one of these when he got here. Because it's all the spiky. And he thought it was a similar type. Because the lychee, I think I'm saying that right. Has smooth, and then this has the little hairy thing. He thought, maybe it's just one of those variety, and he learned pretty quick. But he was telling me that we had one of those at our old house in our front yard. It's like an elm. I can't think of is it elm or maple?
I thought it was maple.
It's but if you know what an itchy bomb is, I think that's a universal thing. If you know what an itchy bomb is, and it looks like that, that's what we're talking about. So, and it's funny that you brought that up because Nick was saying, yeah. Tried that once when he was a kid. I'm like, okay,
So, yep.
All right, so I think that is that it? Did we say what the name of that is? Rambutan? Rambutan. We did the Google, how do you say it? Because I couldn't remember what they told me the fruit was, and they were taught there was a couple ways that they were saying it depending on who you were asking. If you were from the Philippines, you said it differently than if you were from Vietnam, and so they were like, no, you say it this way, no, you say it that way, and it's like, okay, so we did the Google, how do you say that? Rambutan. So, but yeah, if you have a chance, give it a try. It's worth it. There's other fruits that we tried, like the dragon fruit. It's very colorful, but it's bland it's very, very colorful, but bland. I mean, it has like no flavor. You only eat it because it's supposed to be good for you. You don't eat it for enjoyment because it's like texture, no flavor. And there's some other like jackfruit and stuff like that. There's a variety of other like these tropical ones. I would recommend this if you see them. So you see hairy balls in your grocery store, get them.
I'm sure it's going to be mainly just an Asian market,
but like I said, after you post it on Instagram, you see people mentioning, "Oh yeah,
I think Sock's got it at a farmer's market."
So yeah, if you're out there and you see those, they're actually pretty good, So give it a try, and like I say, you just peel back the skin and pop out the flesh on the inside, and it's good. And just watch out the seeds. The seed's larger, but you'll figure that out when you bite in. Just don't bite in too hard. But very, very good. So, all right. So in the coop. Yeah,
in the coop. I dug out my featherweight shawl. I was looking at my featherweight cardigan, and it's by Hannah Fedig. I barely did any knitting on it. It was just last night.
So actually, you took it out of timeout, huh?
Yeah. Well, I'm really wanting to knit this other sweater really, really, really bad, and I'm like, I won't let myself cast on because I have
you need that incentive, the reward, the light at the end of the tunnel to get through laced weight knitting.
Yeah, this is Alpaca Cloud, 100% baby alpaca, lace weight in the mist colorway, and like I guess an inch and a half on the arm. Just a little bit. I can't wait to get this done and block it because the stitches are driving me nuts because it just looks so
You just gotta, it's always gonna look like that, even if you block it.
I know. And I know Xena, little yellow uke, she's knitting with lace weight, and she mentioned how, she can't wait to block whatever, I think it's the Hito Day, because it's like, because they look so uneven, and you think,
I actually like that. I think that randomness and...
So, yeah, it's getting there. I need to finish the sleeve, and then I can do the button band, and it's done. But it's like, you say that, and it's like, oh, yeah, just finish it.
Just whip it on out.
Yeah. So
not so much on that.
Maybe if I can just focus on that, I can. Because I'm really wanting to knit that red September morning sweater, and it's like, oh.
See, it's September. Oh. Yeah.
Oh, that's
see, now you got to finish that up.
Yeah, I hadn't even thought
you can't
of
start
that.
it in October, so you got a month to finish that one.
Yeah,
see, now the clock's ticking.
That just gives me the incentive to go ahead and start.
No, you got to finish that. Stick with the rules.
So then, I been knitting on my, which one? Not that one. My James socks here, and I'm getting that all tangled. And, so just at night for a little bit. There hasn't really been that much knitting.
No, the days have been really kind of odd with school, and then getting used to your college delivery schedule. Delivery and pickup.
Yeah. So this is the Knit Picks Felici in the Firefighter colorway. And these are for James, and so a little bit on there. So this is I'm doing 2 at a time, but on separate needles. So this one hasn't. I'm trying to keep them kind of the same, so I wanted to get them at the same time, not because the stripes are not going to match just because.
I know. And that,
yeah.
I know that irks you.
And this is in my Just Keep Knitting bag. Bay Area knitter. It's so cute.
Yoga frog.
Yeah. Except I got white cats, and they think this is the best bag ever because it's black. And it's like, seriously, would you guys get away? But whenever it's out, they go right up to it, and it's like. So, then I had mentioned this one last week that I had just casted on. And this is my Japanese Garden Shawl by Wendy D. Johnson. Ouch. And I'm doing this in my Kicks and Giggle bag. And TG Knits hand spun that she sent me. And it's gonna be all tangled. So here we go. So here's the front. So a couple inches on that.
Now that one you start on the long side
The
and
long,
you work
yeah,
in.
you can tell. That's why it's all bunched. Oof, don't want that falling off.
No, that wouldn't be a happy day.
So, yeah. And lace always looks funky until it's blocked. So, yep.
Looking good.
Yeah.
Working right along.
Yeah.
Is that the one you used up all your stitch markers on? Or a lot of them?
No, I use it a lot on this. That was the Cape Point that I used all of my vintage rose ones. So, yeah, it's so fun knitting with hand spun, and this one was giving me fits though at the beginning. I kept messing up. Well, I wasn't
back up and
a couple different times. So it's like, okay, this gets one more round of.
Almost ready for timeout. Seems like it's going along a lot better now.
Yeah, it is. Once I was able to put on my reading glasses and see the chart.
Time to read it always helps to read that.
Yeah.
You know what you're supposed to be doing.
Well, because I didn't even think, that the center that's always blocked out, that's the repeat. And then you do the end.
Not reading your knitting.
Yeah, but then I didn't stop at the middle and restart. I just kept going. And it's like, oh, dang it, because you get in the rhythm and it's like, ooh, we go all the way across them 400 stitches, and then it's like, ooh, now we go all the way back.
It's called knitting exercise, right?
Yeah.
Getting used to it. You got your spinning too.
So then I'm still working on my Friends and Fiber BFL silk in the rainbow. And I'm on the green. So I think I got blue and purple still left, but it's coming out super thin, and I've got to be really careful because I don't know if it has to be the silk in it. I haven't spun with silk in quite a while, so I think it'll just get away from me, and then it's so aggravating when it breaks like that, because then you got to try to find where it broke off, and
yeah, you're gonna have fun doing the plying on that. So.
Yeah. So I'll have to be careful with that, with it breaking. Oh, that'll be.
Yeah, but you're gonna get a lot of yardage out of that when it gets done. So it looks good.
Yeah. And whatever I'm doing now, I'm not getting those little piggy tail things, so I must have backed up my tension enough to.
Did you ease up on the tension? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's probably overspinning.
Yeah.
So, cool. Good job.
So I think that's all for in the coop.
Yeah. And then we go on to Flown the Coop.
Well, I was going to say, you don't have nothing for
No, we're good.
So Flown the Coop is the Perk Me Up Cow by Erin Donahue. Give me yarn 418 of Thank God It's Finished podcast. And come on, load. I guess I don't need to show you this if I'm going to be showing you the finished one. Super great pattern, awesomely written, and I left the Dicky-Doo in so you could see.
Did you block that one?
No.
Yeah, it looks pretty.
So yeah, these little Chinese ones that I got off of eBay. This is why.
No,
they
don't work.
You use them once and it breaks, and it's like.
Yeah.
So aggravating.
Say no to eBay, huh?
Yeah.
At least
well, you got like what 200?
Yeah, we ordered. It was like for $3 you get.
Yeah.
To get a whole bunch of them, but they're like one-time use. So.
Yeah, barely. I mean, you barely clip it on, and it's like, which is so frustrating. So this, I considered blocking it. This is done with Malabrigo worsted, but I really like how it's all squishy, and you can't tell. So, yeah. Super fun. That's going to be nice and warm and gushy. Malabrigo's always fun. I love seeing that pattern. You can see it so much more in like pictures and stuff.
You get the shading right, and you can see.
It's like, ooh, cool. So
awesome.
Yep. So that was a fun knit, and nice to have the size 8 needles. To
you fly right through it then.
Yeah. So, yep.
It's like I said, you'll finish your lace weight soon enough.
You guys are sick of seeing that, aren't you? I'm sick of seeing it. When I finish it, I don't even want to wear it.
You have the interactive podcast where you can do the thumbs up or thumbs down as you go through it, huh? Say, no more. Just finish it and tell us when you're done.
Well, it's like that new app, Periscope. It's where you can do like little videos and you can interact.
Oh, okay.
I joined it, but I'm like, I don't have time for that kind of. I barely have time for Instagram, so.
You need more time for knitting so you can get your knitting done where we don't keep showing the same stuff.
Yeah. It'll get done.
Yeah, that is true. So, is that it for our podcast?
I think that's it.
Wow. All right. Well, just want to make mention again about our new soaps and our new clamshell packaging there. Those will be in the shop starting Monday. So you swing on by as soon as this video or podcast is up in the for your viewing. You'll find those in the shop. So swing on by, check that out. Want to make mention as well of our Wolf Farm Video Podcast button. You can get one of these for free if you mention that in the comments section when you're checking out. We'll be happy to stick one of those in your order along with everything else, and you can decorate your button monster, your knitting bag, or anything else that needs a little decorative button. So I think that about does it for us.
Yep. So until next time.
Let's get cracking, hatching it. Bye, y'all.